Travis Wayne Goodsell. If you do not understand why it's necessary to protest, why it's necessary to condemn corruption and criminal behavior and just inappropriate, abusive, racist, sexist, bigoted behavior, call it out immediately, then you're aiding and abetting in that bad behavior. And so it's necessary for people to stand up against corruption, against wickedness, and speak out against it. And in so doing, my videos against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I'm calling for them to repent, to stop being bad, to stop being the great and abominable church. It's that simple. Yet Mormons are incited by the church, thinking that they have to defend the church's corruption and wickedness, rather than stand up against corruption and wickedness of the church. So they aid and abet the church, becoming criminals in themselves. And so when I do the videos exposing the businesses that the church invests in, I'm wanting not only the church to pull their support for those businesses from their investments, but also to get those investment companies to back off. That's why the press, they report, these are the companies still supporting Russia. And so, yes, as of yesterday's exposure, yesterday one of those businesses, Citigroup, specifically, has now caved to the peer pressure and is going to be pulling their support for Russia. It's that simple. You can't be bad. You got to be good. You're not of God if you're bad. It's real simple. It's all over Scripture, even in the untranslated correctly portion of the Bible. One of those insider jokes of Mormonism. Article of Faith number 8. And so I got a hate comment from a Mormon rather than just a simple link. That's all he needed to do, was provide a link. I would have approved the link. I would have done this correction video instead of calling this Mormon out for repentance, to condemn him for his corruption in attacking me rather than just providing the link. That's all he had to do, and he couldn't do it because the church incites him to be bad. So, it was Putin cancels deal for LDS temple in Russia. LDS Kiev temple surrounded. The main issue is that Putin has surrounded Kiev. He, however, chose to come after me for my saying that I have not heard the church talk about the condition of the missionaries and the Mormons in Russia. I'm calling out the church to tell us, to give a public statement about their condition. That's all I'm asking for when I condemn the church, because as far as we know, they're in danger. And this guy didn't even provide a link. Apparently he doesn't know how to do it. He just typed it in. But the problem is that it's an online news site, not the YouTube channel, because I only check YouTube news sources, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, Reuters, YouTube has dropped, here in America, RT and Rupley. I was able to get Putin's full speeches of his plans and plots to conquer. And now that's been stripped. The freedom of the press has been stripped so that we don't know now, as citizens, what Putin's plans are. Way to go, YouTube. And no other news source is recording all of his speeches and press conferences. And they're just doing little segments of them. But nonetheless, I don't do Fox. Tucker Carlson is a traitor and needs to leave. He needs to go to Russia. He should be canceled just like Reuters and RT, or Rupley and RT. Because if they're going to cancel those, you got to cancel Fox. They support Russia. Russia, come on, YouTube, do your job. And so, Craig L., who apparently doesn't have a picture, which makes sense. He doesn't know how to link. And so thus, it doesn't surprise me that he doesn't know how to put a picture up for himself. That's not a complaint. That's just an observation and can explain why he's doing what he's doing. And so he says 6 hours ago, so early in the morning. Oh yeah? Early in the morning, Craig. Well, LDS, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, pulled its missionary volunteers. I already knew that, Craig. I knew that. I did another video where I talked about how the missionaries got questioned by the Russian police, and they were claiming that they weren't missionaries in the video, but oops, the sister missionary had her missionary journal with her. It's on YouTube. They haven't pulled that one down, apparently. I probably shouldn't. Well, if it is from Rupley or RT, it would be gone now. So I still have it, but yeah. But nonetheless, I know this information. There were missionaries arrested. There was, I think it was a Russian woman. They kidnapped missionaries too. There was also a UK incident also, but I think there was a Russian one involved. But nonetheless, and so pulled missionaries, volunteers out of Russia as well. So I don't know what your point is. It's in the title. Putin cancels deal for LDS temple in Russia. LDS Kiev temple surrounded. That's my point. The temple is in jeopardy. I show you on the map. That's the thumbnail and is in the video. That little arrow thing. It's called a pincer movement, where they come at you on both sides to pinch you. Pincer, whatever it's called. It's a war thing. And so yes, because I know where the location of the temple is in regards to the location of the capital, because I've done those videos, I know that the path that they're taking will go straight over the temple. That was my point, Craig. But you chose to be a dumbass. And so he continues, but 2 years ago, they reassigned or sent home thousands of missionaries due to the pandemic. No, Craig, you didn't get updated. You missed my video even for this year, January, the church assigned 5 new mission presidents called leaders. And so I've done the other videos. He comes to one video. That's it, because that's a popular one lately. And he thinks he can confound me with his stupidity and his abuse. And so, yeah, the link that he gives, church says all American Latter-day Saint volunteers have left Russia. KUTV, February 27th, 2022. It was not on the church news. The church didn't post it on the church news. It was KUTV2 who asked the church about this, and the church spokesman told them. Let's go to it. Daniel Woodruff, KUTV2, KUTV, Sunday, February 27th, 2022. I don't go to this site. It was not on the church news, and there was no video of it on Fox 13 News Utah or ABC 4 News Utah. KUTV2 doesn't post, maybe once a year. That's it. They don't care to use YouTube. And so I can't utilize information from KUTV. Now, if you also remember, the church has been reacting and responding to me in my videos. Way back when I was suing the church. And so I'm well aware of their communication with me. That's why I use what I use, and they know I know that those are the places. We know this. Craig doesn't, because he's not watching my channel. He's not keeping up to date on the thousands of videos I have. And so when I did the video of Nelson switching to Facebook, I did a video mocking that, because he doesn't want me to watch. When he does a Twitter, he doesn't want me to watch. And so I do a video that mocks him. And so there's more to the story, but Craig chose to seek to be understood first, to attack me, rather than just put the link. And then I could have come and done a video that explains the horror that still remains. Because the missionaries are out, but Salt Lake City, Utah, KUTV. As the United States government urges American citizens in Russia to consider immediately leaving the country. I did a video on this too. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints confirmed they no longer have any Americans serving there. So yes, the wards have been removed. Apparently. That's what the church says. They confirmed it. KUTV contacted the church, and the church confirmed it. The church didn't put it on the church news. The church, therefore, nobody else had it on the MSN feed. None of this. You understand? The guy was being an ass. Craig is being an ass to me. All he had to do was link me to ease my conscience. He chose to be an ass. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints does not have any foreign full-time missionaries in Russia. We don't have any missionaries. Yeah, there are no missionaries to pull out. Nope, nothing to worry about. They confirm. This is the quote from the church. And it's the one person that they contacted. I can confirm that as of mid-February, approximately 50 young volunteers. That was the question I had. I was searching for it in one of my videos. How many missionaries are there? They're not saying how many missionaries. There's 5 missions, but which is 10 missionaries per mission? What's up with that? I had 200 missionaries in my New York mission. Approximately 50 young volunteers. Why did you put young? We all know they're young. Monson even made them younger. 50 young volunteers have taken assignments outside of Russia, given the recent recommendation of many foreign governments. Oh, really? So it wasn't revelation from God? The presidents of the church had to wait for the nation's leaders to do this. God, do you not catch this, Craig? Advising against travel to Russia, said church spokesman Sam Penrod in a statement to KUTV2 News Sunday evening. It was even in the evening time. So it's 2016, yeah. Yeah. And so this was when they were starting to close flights. And then they talk about the embassy and the State Department. Regarding LDS saints in Russia. So here's my other question that I had, as I'm condemning the church for not giving us a statement. See, it would even be worse if I were a parent of one of those missionaries, or if I am a relative of a Mormon in Russia, begging and pleading, demanding the church tell me what's going on, because I can't get through. Can't find out what's going on. They haven't called. I would be devastated as a parent or a family member. I mean, does Craig not understand this? And so regarding Latter-day Saints in Russia, Penrod added. So, and again, it's an exclusive sacred secret between Penrod and KUTV2 News. Local church meetings and services remain under the direction of local members who serve as lay leaders in their congregations. Yeah, the bishops and stake presidents, we got it. The message of peace, love, and hope in Jesus continues to be lived and practiced in strict observance. Obey Jesus or die! All legal regulations. Putin has different regulations. You can't condemn Putin for being a bad guy. You can't protest him. And so, peace, love, and hope in Jesus is, oh, we obey you, Putin. And that's the whole problem with the church, is that they take Article of Faith number 12 out of context of the Doctrine and Covenants passage on our view of government. We as Mormons must speak out against our corrupt leaders. Nathan condemned King David. And yet Nelson won't condemn *45 nor Putin. They even make a comment here, which is hilarious. So thank you for the link, dumbass. Let's see. The church's governing First Presidency issued a statement last week about Russia's invasion of Ukraine without directly naming either country. I did the video. I went over the problem with that. They have to call out the name. Putin, stop. Don't do this. You're using our tithing money for what we thought was going to be for a temple in Russia. And instead you're invading Ukraine to make the Kiev temple the Russian temple. Nope. Church confirms that's what this was all about, to cause the war. This is what I do, guys, to get the answers I need. And the church gave it to me. They will not call out corruption by name because they are involved with it. That's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. 19 July 1840. Look it up, Craig. The link is in the description below that video. But those Mormons in Russia are, as I talked about in that very video Craig condemned me for, in jeopardy. Because if you hadn't been paying attention to the news that is allowed for me to watch, the Russians are suffering. Their economy they're about to go into default. The banks, they ain't getting their money. How are they going to pay for food, clothing, sanitation, toilet paper? They still have coronavirus raging. Protesters by the thousands have been locked up for decades of punishment. They're considered terrorists. And we think that everything's going to be okay for the Mormons in Russia during this crisis. That they just need to have faith in Jesus. Jesus will rescue them like Jesus rescued the Ukrainians. Oh wait, he didn't, did he? You're missing the point, Craig, because you're a dumbass. You chose to be a hater rather than just say, hey, I found this link on KUTV 2 News. They've been keeping it a secret from everybody. Here you go. Hope this helps to get the word out. Because did you do a video on your channel to talk about this? No. You don't do any videos on your channel. Let's check them. This channel doesn't have any content. So you attack me rather than spread the word that the church missionaries in Russia are out. But the Mormons have left behind. Have you not caught on to the whole Exodus theme that I've been giving you for quite a while now? Do you not understand that war has caused an exodus? Ukrainians are in their exodus. And there are those remaining behind to fight the Pharaoh. Do you not see this? Are you so that far away from your learning of the scriptures that you can't see these comparisons? And so Russians, they're in bondage to Pharaoh Putin. And he's increased their burdens. They're singing "Deliver Us." And the stake presidents and the bishops are in the position to be the men like Moses to rescue them. And instead, like I'm pretty sure I mentioned in this video that Craig doesn't get the point, they let them down. They're keeping them in bondage. I'm pretty sure there's no bishop storehouse in Russia. So how is the church? Oh, has the church got a back channel to launder money through Russia still during this wartime where everybody needs to stop giving support to Russia? Does our federal government know this? Yes, they've been told, and they still won't do anything. I mean, dear God. And this was a long response. It was 3 paragraphs. He then goes on to temple-splain to me. He's not watched the other videos. I keep using that clip. I even used it, this is not the Church of Joseph Smith on the morning one I did this morning. He says, the Russian temple was announced in 2018, but the war in Donbass started 4 years before that. But Russia cracked down on religious groups in 2016 with its so-called anti-terrorism law that prevents proselyting. So I'm not really sure why you think Putin is friendly with a foreign organization, especially since Russia already has a number of wealthy individuals. You're not listening to my videos! I did a video not too long ago tying the church to Kimball, to Putin. Or Hinckley, I think it was. Hinckley, not Kimball. The church has been working with Putin. I did a video with the Mormon in the General 70. I exposed him as a Russian spy from Putin. Where is it? Here it is. Russian sleeper cells exposed in Utah. That was from the news. And I go over in that video. Let's check. Let's see if any of the Mormons in the administration are Russian. Ta-da! Exposed in Utah and LDS Church. And so Jorg is a sleeper cell. He's a Russian sleeper cell in Germany. It was still, the wall was up when Putin was there. That's how they work and operate. It is stereotypical. And so I was easily able to recognize it. And I'm in that video. I'm saying, I'm checking something out. Hold on. Give me a minute. Yeah, I did it. Right in that video. Did Craig watch that video? No! So, just cut it out, guys. Just stop. You're the bad guys. You're the great and abominable church. Cope with it. Or get out. And just confess to the rest of us. My hell. How hard is it for you to denounce the church? Or confess that, yes, you are the great and abominable church. You're using Christianity, which was created by Constantine at the Council of Nicaea, who chose Jesus over Hercules to be the name of the Christ, and be done with it. Dear God. Oh, even so, the GameStop squeeze was in 2021, or nearly 2 years after the temple was announced. So I'm not exactly sure what you are insinuating. Oh, did you miss that? The news covered that. Other news outside of Utah covered that. And the clip that I got from the one woman who can't pronounce the name of the church correctly. The church invested in GameStop when it was already suffering. They were hoping to build it up. And after they added further investments into that company, Robinhood app. Woo! And the church made a lot of money. That's insider trading. That's a crime. And the government won't take them down for that. But the church got their money and have now gotten out of GameStop stock. So if I ever get to around to putting the SEC video I have from the list from that, you have to take out GameStop. There have been some changes since that first initial one that was posted by Business Insider, Marketplace, whatever, back in 2020, after the church got exposed by the whistleblower. Remember the whistleblower? I don't see you mentioning the whistleblower. So just cut it out. Stop. And the YouTube employee, just stop. Leave me alone. The church is over. It's done. My video alone destroys the church, and it's from Joseph Smith. Joseph Smith has raised from the grave for the zombie apocalypse to destroy the church with 19 July 1840. It's game, set, and match. The church is just continuing to be in denial like Saul. Oh, we got 5 views in 46 minutes. So you're still not to the good part. Dear God, guys. Just stop.